Hey everybody, I just want to do a quick video and show you guys something that I learned a long time ago. I learned it the hard way. I have an older computer. I run my stuff on a Mac Pro 2010. It's got 12 cores, but it is slower. And the problem that I ran into is not being able to run very many plugins. And the machine does have quite a bit of horsepower, but what I wasn't doing is I wasn't adjusting my buffer when I'm recording versus and producing versus when I'm actually mixing down. So if your buffer isn't right, it's going to sound like this, which just sounds horrible. Computer's crashing, it just choking on it, it can't handle it. What you need to do is you need to adjust your buffer size. So I'm at 64 samples, which is what I run it at when I'm producing or when I'm tracking. If you're recording external instruments, tracking vocals, tracking hardware synths, and then using virtual instruments and you're playing stuff in real time, you're going to want that low latency at 64 samples. But when I'm mixing down and I want to start piling on the plugins and I'm not going to be doing any tracking anymore, you got to come back up higher so that you can get that extra horsepower. And you'll see right away that you can get a lot more out of it. It's going to sound a lot cleaner. It's going to sound normal. You do have a little bit of latency, but it's so small that you don't really notice it when you're doing mix downs or you're doing mastering and stuff like that. So I learned that the hard way a long time ago, that my computer was plenty fast, and that's even without, I'm not having to freeze or flatten any tracks to free up processing. That's just my machine handling it all with its horsepower, but just with the buffer size increased. I still forget this from time to time, to flip back and forth, especially as I'm progressing through the track and I'm moving kind of from the production and pre-production phase to the mix down and mastering phase. So yep, just every once in a while, if you're having problems, pop over into your preferences. It's under your audio menu here, and it's the buffer size. Play around with that buffer size and make sure that it's right for what you're doing, and you do have to adjust it depending on what you're doing. So I hope that tip was helpful. Give us a like and subscribe if you want to keep in tune with what we're putting out, and we'll see you again soon.